Who is that? Henry? Go back to bed. No, go back to bed. Did you see it? Oh, okay. Go back to bed, buddy. I'll see you soon, eh?
Entertainment. Yeah. Ooh. Jason. I don't wanna maybe go round. I just wanna chill and vibe onto this sound. I don't wanna maybe go round. I just wanna chill and vibe onto this sound. I don't wanna confusion, baby. The complication, baby. I don't wanna confusion, baby. Oh, yeah. Cause I don't wanna confusion, baby. The complication, baby. Cause I don't wanna play it around. This system changing, baby. So try to make a statement. You're trying to pull me slowly, but I don't wanna play no around. Say you're trying to get it out there, but I be on the old fire trying to make her come down. Baby, can you come down? Hey, so we can have some playtime. Cause I don't wanna play no around. I be trying to get on my ground. I be trying to make it so fun. I be trying to get it alright. Ooh, yeah, say you. You get me buckle up, baby, say you. I want the chocolate. I don't wanna merry-go-round. I just wanna deal and fight onto the song. I don't wanna merry-go-round. I just wanna deal and fight onto the song. Sure, you know they look me in my face. I be you the grace, you want to run my race, oh. Sure, you know, see if you tamper with me, I go tamper with you, no try you. If you tamper with me, I go tamper with you, so no tamper with me, no try. Boju, see what don't test me. If you try, you go see what playing on your body, baby, like a piano, playing on your body, baby. I don't wanna confusion, baby. The complication, baby. I don't wanna confusion, baby. Oh, yeah. Cause I don't wanna confusion, baby. The complication, baby. Cause I don't wanna.
Makeup, they say, increases people's perception of a woman's likability, competence, and trustworthiness. That's why I introduced to you Major Millions Beauty and Market. Major Millions Beauty and Market has the best skin and hair care products. The beauty parlor also has hair accessories, including hairspray, hair gel, and hair dryer, makeup palettes, Major Millions customized lip gloss, shoes, bags, cancellers.
What's going on, Josh? Henry.
Better still, call us on cell numbers 302.
Party after party, party after party.
There's one place, and that place is the place you can find all your party supply. It's Models D Party Supply. On Camp Johnson Road is Models D Party Supply. Has all and every kinds of party supplies you need, ranging from party dishes, plastic tablecloths, Disney party banners for kids, flowers for weddings and parties, balloons, different colors and sizes, party dishes, different colors and sizes, gift wrap papers. We also do the following: rental services, chairs, tables, chair covers, table covers, table runners, and chair charge. You can find them all. Models D Party Supply. Our quality products bring you in, and our low prices bring you back. That's why we are Models D Party Supplies. Contact us on Camp Johnson Road, Monrovia, Liberia, next to Yes Transport, or call us on 0777 671 814, 0886 777 665.
If you write anything, you need to.
Black Hill Regional Park in Maryland comes alive on the 24th of July with an Independence Day Country Cook featuring a variety of Liberian DJs. Come and enjoy yourself to our Dumbo special, juicy dry rice, pepper soup, and bitter leaf and fufu. Other DJs include rub potato greens, cassava leaf, rare oil potato greens, and so much more. Now, on the sideline of those dishes is the smell of our pepper color and roasted meat that will keep you salivating. Yes, it's the Independence Day Country Cook happening in Black Hill Regional Park, 20930 Lake Ridge. For inquiries and reservation, contact Makam Boyu on cell numbers 240-636-8994 or Malo Brople on 240-5516-742. If you are in the DMV area, you can't afford to miss it as it promises to be great. Come, let's dance to our favorite Liberian songs while we enjoy our favorite DJs.
We all know the headache we go through sending money to our loved ones, friends, and family in Liberia. High fees, long lines in banks, the usual complaint of the system being down, such a waste of time and energy. That is why I was very happy when I learned that SendWave is now in Liberia. So now I can send money anytime from anywhere directly from my smartphone to the MTN Lone Star Cell mobile money account of a loved one, friend, or family within seconds for just a tiny fee. So download SendWave now to your phone from your Apple Store or Google Play Store. Add your details, and don't worry, they are very safe and secure. And start sending money today. Don't forget to insert the promo code COSTA to get free $5 credit added to your first transfer. SendWave is secure, super fast, and by far the most affordable way to send money to Liberia. I'm Henry P. Costa and a very happy customer. Thank you.
All right. Good morning, and welcome to the program. You are listening to the Costa Show. Today is July 20th, 2021. The time in Monrovia is 7:31. The time in Delaware is 3:31, and I am glad to be here. And it looks like Boakai will not be joining us today. Of course, today is one of the most important holidays for on the Islamic calendar. Muslims all over the world celebrate this day. It is called Abraham Day. And so we might not have Bwaka joining us this morning. It's a very important day for them, and they celebrate it. I just want to talk to you all a little bit about Abraham Day, what it really is. It's interesting. It's one of those holidays that is quite that quite portray the proximity between Christianity and Islam. Abraham Day, Eid al-Adha, which is the Arabic for the festival of the sacrifice, is of course one of the two most important holidays for Muslims. As I said earlier, this day celebrates Abraham's willingness to obey God's instruction to sacrifice his son Isaac, his only child Isaac. Do that. And so this day commemorates and honors Abraham for his strict obedience, of the Lord's command. So Abraham Day. That is why Muslims all over the world celebrate Abraham. And of course, in place of the sacrifice of Isaac, which Abraham was prepared to do, God sent Abraham a sheep in place of the sacrifice of Isaac, his son. So for those of you who wonder, the very same Abraham in the Bible that is celebrated by us, and in the Bible says Abraham is the father of many nations, is the very same Abraham that is celebrated today by millions and hundreds of millions of Muslims all over the world. While Muslims all over the world celebrate this day. And so I just wanted to talk to you about that so you know what this means. We are quite similar. Christians celebrate Abraham, and so do Muslims. And so it's a unique thing. The very same Abraham in the Bible is celebrated by Christians and Muslims all over the world. So I want to say on this day, as our Muslim brothers and sisters celebrate, and many cows and goats and sheep are sacrificed all over the world and eaten today, I want to wish all of them Eid Mubarak and happy Abraham Day to all of them, to honor the ultimate sacrifice by Abraham, his willingness to obey God's command to sacrifice his only child. Yeah. Now, I like to say this to you. When I'm in Liberia, during this time of the year, on Abraham Day, I get a lot of meat. I spoke to my junior brother yesterday, Mohammed Diallo. Mohammed, I remember 2 Abraham days ago, Mohammed, came to the office personally himself, delivered to me in a plastic bag, very, very delicious roasted meat with lots of pepper and okay, so no goat, right? Okay, sheep and cow. Thank you. Yeah, so the sacrifice sheep and cow. Thank you, my friend, and thank you. So I remember that, and I miss that, and another good friend of mine, whose name I will not call for very good reasons, would bring me some meat as well, and it's just a way to celebrate with the brethren of other religions. So it's a beautiful thing. I never forget it, and I know it means a lot to our people. So today's edition is exclusively dedicated to all of our Muslim brothers and sisters across the globe who are celebrating millions and millions and millions. There is a rich man in, I believe, in Saudi Arabia who bought a goat. I think it's a goat or a sheep. I think it's a sheep or something like that, for the equivalent of $3 million. It said this is a special breed and of that particular animal, and he's going to sacrifice that today. He's a very rich man. Are you kidding? Somebody spends $3 million on one animal to sacrifice. So that's just how some people take this day very, very seriously. And it means a lot to hundreds of millions of people. Well, over 1 billion people. Muslims, let me check. The last time I wrote a paper on the rise of Islam, the rapid growth of Islam, I believe the population of Islam was well over 1 billion. Let me see, according to my Pew Research sources or resources. What is the current population of Muslims? 1.8 billion people in the world are Muslims today. 1.8 billion people across the globe. Islam is the fastest growing religion in the world. Of course, we're not going to open a class on that, but Islam certainly is fast catching up with Christianity, which is the world's largest religion. Now, we're going to move on to other things here. Waka hasn't come yet, but we're going to deal with the COVID-19 data later on in the show. And this morning, we will have Mr. Ebenezer Norman, the president of the United Liberian Organization of Colorado. That is the Liberian organization in Colorado. The Liberian community organized themselves in Colorado. That's what they're called, the United Liberian Organization of Colorado. Mr. Norman is the elected president of that organization, Ebenezer Norman, and he and Madam Representative Naquita Riss will both join us this morning on the program at 8:30 Liberian time, which would be 4:30 my time, which would be 2:30 their time, because Colorado is 2 hours behind Delaware, which is the East Coast time. And so they both will join us this morning to talk about this very incredible thing, $1 million in donation of medical supplies from Project Cure. And they're raising funds to try to get these equipment to Liberia, 325 medical beds. Yesterday, I talked to you about this, and I made some suggestions about how I believe Senator Dillon and Senator Yomli Kanga Lawrence could collaborate with them and get these equipment to Liberia. And they also have 8,000 PPEs. That's a lot. They have many hundreds of scrubs for women and medical scrubs, just gowns or gear the doctors wear in the hospital, doctors and nurses and healthcare workers wear, and lots of other things, oxygen concentrators and all kinds of things they have. And so they are raising money to get these things to Liberia. We're going to do a special fundraiser with them. Not this morning. We're going to plan this for the weekend, perhaps on Saturday, maybe 7 p.m. Saturday, which would be Eastern Standard Time, which would be 5 p.m. their time in Colorado, Rocky Mountain time. So they're going to be here this morning for us to do that. Robert Wilson, today is your birthday, my friend. I want to say happy birthday to you, Robert Wilson, as you celebrate your birthday today. Shout out to you, my friend, and I wish you all the best, Robert Wilson. Now, the Maritime Authority is saying that they are investigating how a dysfunctional vessel that had been long grounded and placed under a do not sail order suddenly found its way into the waters and began to make a voyage from Monrovia to Harper, Maryland County. They say they're investigating. But the thing with Liberia and investigations is that they often yield no results. No one gets punished. I mean, we're talking many lives here, possibly. Now, you had, they've rescued a number of the people. About 11 people have been rescued so far, but there are still a lot of people who are feared dead. They're yet to be found in this sunken boat. Now, this vessel, Nico Avanca, I still don't understand why the hell a vessel that was built in Liberia would be named Nico Avanca. I don't understand that. But that's not the point. The point is, how the hell did this vessel 10 rescue and 18 fear dead? Can you imagine that? Can you imagine that? So who gave the order? Now, here's what I'm told. I am told somebody at Maritime, and Eugene Nangbe and his folks are responsible. They gave the order for this vessel that was grounded. It was not. It was determined to be unworthy or to not be seaworthy, and yet somehow they put it on the water. They put people in it, they put goods in it, and it set sail. And so we need to know what happened. Who gave the order for this grounded vessel to get on the sea to make a voyage? Who did that? Of course, we're not going to hear anything. This is Liberia for you. This is Liberia. Millions get stolen. People get killed. People's lives get placed in harm's way all the time. As in this case, lives get lost. They promise you there will be an investigation. Absolutely nothing will happen because we have an endemic system of an endemic culture of impunity. Absolutely nothing will happen. Who wanted to make a sacrifice? Who badly needed to sacrifice human life? Tons of human beings, that they will put them there and put them in this broken vessel to set sail to Maryland County. Who did this? I'm told there was an order. Do not sail. Who broke the order? Who lifted the order? Who let them sail? Who's the captain? They need to be arrested. They need to be jailed. They need to be prosecuted. Who let them go? Who did that? I'm told they had a lot of cement in it. Mother Nora Hawks is saying they were loaded with cement. A broken vessel, an old ship, rusty, I'm told. And you let it set sail, loaded with cement and human lives and materials for the WIAC exams coming up that was supposed to be beginning today. Somebody is responsible. Somebody is responsible. And that somebody or those people who are responsible are supposed to be prosecuted. And I'm told the fault squarely lies on the Liberian Maritime Authority. And you see Eugene Nangbe acting like one idiot. How the hell will Eugene know about it? The man is a stupid drunk. He's drunk all the time, acting like some big bad boy, passing around his $80,000 car bought with government money. The off-road 2021 Chevrolet Tahoe. That's what the boy drives. He's not in charge. Eugene Nangbe is one of the most reckless, irresponsible public servants I know. This son of a swan goes for lunch. He drinks a lot. He doesn't come back. That's what Eugene is. If you know Eugene Nangbe very well, follow his work ethic. It's extremely poor. He doesn't pay attention. When Eugene Nangbe goes for lunch, he wears those skinny suits that fit him like some kind of runway model in Paris or something like that. He thinks himself some kind of model. You don't see how he dresses in those skinny suits, his tight suits and slim fitting suits. At the government's expense. He goes for lunch and he's skipping his gray beer. Man, that gray beer, I think that's the best thing that ever happened to Eugene. It kind of enhances his looks, That hard, ugly, booner face, but the gray beer kind of helps him a little bit. Eugene, whoever told you to keep the gray beer, man, you should thank them because that beer looks good on you. It makes you look better. That ugly, hard, booner face of yours. This is a guy who eats a lot of free government money, and yet, he always looks emaciated. He doesn't look well. He doesn't look well. And Eugene Nangbe goes for lunch, he doesn't come back. If anybody knows Eugene Nangbe as well as I do, when Eugene Nangbe goes for lunch, you see why he takes those pictures of himself eating, those very sumptuous and delicious meals. And that's why you see the Sidicians were angry when they saw him every day. You post these pictures. Food versus man, or man versus food. And so Eugene Nangbe is not a good person. He doesn't pay attention. He goes for lunch, he doesn't come back. He drinks a lot, he womanizes a lot, he's constantly flying women from all over the place. He's living like some celebrity. And at the end of the day, when Eugene is out of work, then Eugene is broke like heck. Back in the day, somebody told me a story a couple of years ago. They said back in the day, after the 2005 elections, Georgia had one big, ugly ass Ford Excursion. Ford Excursion, Ford makes it no more. They scrap it. They don't make it anymore. It's called a gas guzzler. It used to burn a lot of gas. An ugly big car, SUV, a sport utility vehicle. And they said Georgia had one. And after the elections in 2005, of course, we had took off with his money he got from the ECOWAS folks. They gave him some money to basically pacify him when he said he had been cheated out of the election victory and all of his election victory and all that, blah, blah, blah. So Eugene, being the Secretary General of the party at the time, we had left this old Ford Excursion with Eugene, a gas guzzler. At the time, Eugene used to live at his place he had built in the Omega Tower community. And so they said, the story goes that Eugene in the morning, it's a gas guzzler. That car burns a lot of gas. They say when Eugene is about to start his car from Omega Tower to make his way to town to hustle, Eugene would start, when he started a car and start driving the car, he would pick up the phone, he call a man, my man. For example, let's say you call Dominic J. Musa, he said, my man, Dominic, I come here. My man, organize five gallon. They think, yeah, the hell of a thing, Joey, give me, yeah, my man. That the car, Joey, get me out. That car that frustrated Eugene, the car did not have engine problem. It's just a gas guzzler. It burns a lot of gas. Like Birmingham is a gas station. So Eugene, when the man start a car in the morning, the man start calling, a man to organize gas. But that's Eugene for you. The moment Eugene gets a government job, oh my God. There was this guy I used to see, and I was talking because Eugene website, no, he useless. Eugene wanted to get so bad. Every time Eugene was I remember moving for him, man. I wanted to get. He was married. I wasn't even married at the time. He just developed me, but he got better. What kind of man is that? Foolish man. He fly together in business class to his favorite spot. What a plane name? Moving Pick Ambassador Hotel in Accra, and Eugene will go meet them there and be living large. Yeah. So Eugene had that car for a while, my man. He finally gave up that car. The car ain't spoiled, nothing happened to the car. But the car was just a freaking gas guzzler. Burn a lot of gas. So this is Eugene Nangbe for you. He's an irresponsible guy. He's not somebody who's going to be running Maritime. What the hell does he know about Maritime? Look, Eugene got tired of being at the Ministry of Information. No money coming there is one of the driest ministries in the government. Eugene wanted something lucrative. He put it behind John Weir, and that's how he got the job at Maritime. The other day I saw the son of my swine on Spoon Talk, and then they were there making it look like making a poo-poo tank hot. And I was talking about my man Eugene. How is it that you always get government jobs? All these presidents always appointing you into government. You know what Asanama Swan said? He said, well, maybe they look at my competence. What competence? Do you know Eugene's real competence? The Sanama Swan is a certified, well-experienced, competent ass kisser. That's Eugene Nangbe's chief competence. I mean, you day. The man goes to talk maritime issues and he's just there with it. Mr. President, how you call it? You know, Mr. President is this. Mr. President had bought his first house. He was 19 years old. When John William Moore was dragging in Liberia, when he hadn't even left Liberia to go to Cameroon to play football, you know, said John William already bought his first house. The boy can lie. That is all Eugene Nangbe is good for. He's a bloody liar. He worships people to get power. That's all that he does. The very Ellen Johnson Sirleaf who made Eugene Nangbe Minister of Post and Telecommunication, Minister of Youth and Sports, Minister of Transport, and Minister of Information. 4 ministerial appointments. Eugene, when he got into the weird government, he's appointed more Ellen how the previous government was good for nothing. They did nothing. Can you imagine? This is Eugene Nangbe for you. Tomorrow when Jawia leaves power, Eugene Nangbe will be sitting down somewhere talking how Jawia were foolish and Jawia were this, Jawia were that. That's Eugene Nangbe for you. His loyalty is in his belly. That liquor bidding little drink and that womanizing bidding like that's Eugene Nangbe's loyalty right there. The good life and those slim fitting suits he wears like one French model. And you know, that's Eugene life right there. That's him. That kind of man you go take and send to that serious place there, Maritime Authority. I mean, this is a joke. It's a real joke. Now, let's turn to some other idiot who works in this government, Trokong Kui. Now, Trokong Kui is someone many of you do not know. Trokong Kui is Minister of State without portfolio. Trokong Kui, I want to do we are beginning. He is full of himself. He wants to be the next. He wants to be the. Has we have filled the Ministry of Public Works? Do we have a Public Works Minister yet? I don't think we have one yet. I think the deputy is still acting. But Trokong Kui, I'm told, is lobbying to become Minister of Public Works. But I'm told McGill is against it. Now, McGill doesn't like Trokong Kui, and Trokong Kui doesn't like McGill. So the reason is, I'm told, as Trokong Kui, you know, is close with WIA, and McGill also is close with WIA. And McGill doesn't like anybody who thinks that they have direct access to the president over him. So, and McGill doesn't like anybody undercutting his influence, you know, with the president. So Trokong Kui and McGill do not get along. I'm told McGill has been telling people that he's going to do everything that he can to ensure that Trokong Kui does not become Minister of Public Works. Now, the reason why Trokong Kui wants to become Minister of Public Works is very simple. The Minister of Public Works awards all these contracts. You know, we likes building roads because roads give him money. He likes building roads because roads give him money, all the kickbacks he gets. And these cheap-ass roads that he builds and how they overinflate the contract value and all that kind of stuff. So that's why he likes building roads. So anybody who goes to the Ministry of Public Works gets to preside over awarding lucrative road contracts. And so Trokong Kui badly wants that. And McGill doesn't want Trokong Kui there because McGill has interest in public works, not for himself as to become the minister, but because McGill owns shares, and McGill owns shares. McGill owns 28 companies in Liberia, in whole and in part, which means wholly he owns them, some of them 100%. And some of them he owns shares in them. I guess you're wondering. Yeah, 28 companies. You know, when I was first told by a government insider about this, I was like, get out of here. There is no way McGill will have 20. Imagine my man. McGill is in everything. Everything McGill has his hands in it. McGill owns 28 companies in Liberia, in part and in whole. 28 companies. So you go so McGill there. McGill on the other side. Now, Calasco, that's a good, the Calasco you see taking picture all over the place, some of you overlooking. Calasco owns, he gets most of the government's contracts, the government contracts for stationary supply. Calasco. That's Calasco area right there. So what the guys have done essentially is that they have taken all the lucrative contracts, all the things the government will give. Calasco owns the biggest stationary supply contract in the government, or a couple of contracts. He supplies stationery to a couple of government ministries and agencies. Calasco owns that. For McGill, he owns 28 companies in whole and in part. So they're all over the place. He has contracts here, contracts there. He's involved with this, he's involved with that. That is what they do. So the reason why a lot of people aren't getting anything is because these guys have so much. And and it shouldn't be that way. It's against the law. First of all, you cannot work in the government and have companies and be getting contracts from the government. No, it is against the law. It is corruption. But of course, these heathens do not care. So they make a lot of money doing that. So you see Calasco going around, you see him taking George Weah pictures and kissing George Weah's behind, and you think that's all he does. You're mistaken. That boy is making a lot of money. He has some of the most lucrative stationary supply contracts with a number of government ministries and agencies. Nantane McGill is into everything. 28 different companies participating in all forms of government contracts and activities right across the government. It is look, I'm telling you, these guys are making a killing. But let's go back to Trokonkwi. I'm not done. So I heard this story and I checked it out, and it does check out. It's legit. That Trokonkwi a few days ago had his bodyguards drag, beat, physically molest, publicly too, a police officer, not just some police officer, the deputy chief of traffic, code name unit 147. Unit 147. Trokonkwi, according to the story, which has checked out, was in his vehicle along with some of his people, ruffians, and he was headed. This was in the Omega community area. I don't know in which direction he was headed, but it happened within the Omega area. And according to the story, the deputy chief of traffic, this police guy, he was in his uniform and all, was also in that same area. And Trokonkwi encountered him, and there was some traffic, and I'm told the deputy chief of traffic was trying to coordinate the traffic. And Trokonkwi rolled down his window and asked the police guy, what's going on here? The police guy said, well, I'm trying to coordinate traffic here. So. Well, Trokonkwi didn't like the guy's answer. And he said to the guy, do you know who I am? Of course, you all know that particular line. Very, very common. Liberian government officials like it. Do you know who I am? And the guy said, Chief, he said, I'm doing my job. Apparently, this guy, this police officer, what's his name, man? His name is all over. It is all over the news. And Trokonkwi told the police officer, Unit 147, he asked the guy, do you know who I am? And the guy said, well, I don't care who you are. I'm just doing my job. You know? So he said, well, one thing led to another. Trokonkwi ordered his men to get out of the car and to handle this police officer. and they started to beat him. Whoo, man! Somebody just sent me Kalasco's house. Kalasco's house. He just finished in Marshall. Jesus Christ! So he had a big party at his house. Man, I'm gonna show it to y'all right now. Let me download it from the source so that you don't see the name of my source. You see, he just threw a big party here a few days ago. Now, let me know if you can see it, folks.
Wow.
So you can see the house?
Yes, I can see the Holocaust.
Yeah, this is like Kalasco house. Right there in Marshall. Folks, do you see the house? They said Kalasco just threw a big party there a couple of days ago.
These boys are getting rich, cause.
Oh man, they're getting rich. They already are rich, George. Folks, do you see the house? That's Sekou Kalasco's house. So Kalasco, you're taking picture for nothing. Yeah, man, this is a beautiful home Kalasco built, man. They say he had a big party there a few days ago. Now Kalasco was gapping. He had nothing. He was poor. All of a sudden, Kalasco got money today. The police officer, the flock is called Jason Flan, the deputy chief of traffic. Jason Flan, that's his name. So Trogonkui ordered his men to beat Jason Flan. Took him out of the car, dragged him right in front of the public. You know, let me tell you something. I don't know whether Jason Flan carries a weapon, but if Jason Flan had a weapon on him, an assigned weapon, and had taken his weapon and shot those guys, it would have been justified shooting. But that's Liberia for you. He does have a weapon. Somebody that told me, he said he has a weapon. So he carries a weapon, and he didn't shoot those buggers, including Trogonkui. I would shoot Trogonkui in the freaking head. I'm a police officer, and you order men to drag me in the line of duty. I'm doing my work, and you order men to drag me and molest me? Wow, this is crazy. This is crazy. Look, the news. You know, I heard what the boy Yanti Tokba. You know, he's from what's the OKFM. He investigated this story. Somebody said the story is not true. It is true. The story checks out. You know, and I'm told the police officer himself has spoken out. So this thing here is not just somebody making this. Okay. A friend of mine who himself is a police officer just told me, he said, in fact, the guy's name is actually Gibson B. Kong. Gibson Kong. His name is Gibson Kong. That's the name of the police officer. You see that? Somebody just confirmed it. A police officer friend of mine just confirmed it. And I'm a police officer. And I carry a gun. Now, I'm going to ask this police officer friend of mine. Does this guy, Gibson B. Kong, deputy chief of traffic, does he carry a firearm? Does he carry a firearm? I have a firearm. And you order men to drag me out of my car and to beat me up. I will shoot all of y'all. I will shoot you happily. I will be so happy shooting you. I will be laughing. I will shoot you. In the first man I will shoot. I'm told he had an interview with Prime FM. So this is no makeup story. This is all true. They said the police officer himself. Yeah, Charles Robert saying that he spoke on Prime. Yeah. So everybody is saying that. Everybody keeps writing me saying it. The police officer himself spoke, had an interview. So he carries a firearm, my brother, and he didn't shoot the buggers. Now, by now, Trogonkui family saying, rest in peace. I finished killing Trogonkui long time. I swear to God. I swear. Me? Wallahi, he gone. You order men to drag me. The moment they start advancing towards me, what do? I pull my firearm and cock it. Just waiting to start wasting y'all. The first man, before you even come 6 feet within are firing you, are shooting you. But you see, some of these people are the punks. You are a police officer. You wear the badge. You wear the flag of the republic, and you let a civilian government official order men to beat you up. And then you go on radio, you start interviewing. They may beat me. You get what you get a gun for? Oh my God! Some people don't see. Oh, some people don't see. Trogon dead, but now he's gone. But tell me, folks, how many of you would have allowed this? Huh? To sit there and get dragged and beaten and molested? Because it's not just happening to you. Police officers are very, very, very respected in this country where I live. In this country where I live, in America, you dare put your hands on a police officer? If he shoots you, it's justified shooting. If you attempt to even move towards a police officer, he shoots you, it's justified shooting. What? Are you kidding me? And you go, you drag, and Chogon said now in the car, they're beating the police officer, and the man guy gone, he tells them. I mean, the guys are all punks. They're so desperate to keep their jobs. Look at what they did to this guy, deputy, the police director for Operation 102. What's his name? Sakor. What's his name, man? Sakor something. Huh? Sakor was molested at CDC headquarters. They wasted sand all on him. You all saw the pictures. And Sakor did not shoot. He did. Are you kidding me? You do that to me? Melvin Sakor. They beat Melvin Sakor up. And then the Minister of Justice went and issue a statement. The Minister of Justice, it has come to the attention of the Minister of Justice that Deputy Police Director for Operations, Melvin Sakor, was physically assaulted by some, Liberians. They didn't want to say seditionists. Well, I will shoot y'all. It would be justified shooting. What? Me? Then I will not say on anything because you see, that's why I always tell you, I don't know how to do ass kissing. That's why I will not be able to function in any executive branch job. I don't want to be no minister. So got a little stupid idiot on my preaching hate. Give me gun and let somebody try to physically assault me and see what I would do. I will shoot you. I will shoot you. That I wear the badge and the flag of the republic, the seal and the flag of the republic. I'm in my uniform. I carry an assigned weapon, and somebody tries to physically assault me. I would shoot you. If somebody else telling me, said, don't say you will kill. Come on, man. What's wrong with you people? You cannot, a uniformed police officer. And Mr. Ansumana, you live in this country, Mr. Thomas Ansumana. Eh? You live in this country. Can you imagine? Can you even fathom? Can you even dream of attempting to physically assault a police officer who carries a weapon on him? Well, it is equivalent to being suicidal. You know, you don't want to commit suicide. You don't want to do it with your own hands. That's all. And now this police officer is going around giving interviews and telling people that, the man molested him, they beat him, and this, and I don't understand that. That is so crazy. It is so stupid. I wonder what the man gave that weapon for. George, what does he think he carried a weapon for?
The man carried a weapon to protect his head. Also,
okay, then yeah. Where was the weapon when the guys were beating him?
You also take action immediately or fire somebody.
Because stupid man. The policemen are stupid man.
Sure, but look at Mary Sago. CC party got
yeah, because they want to keep that job.
He's staying there. Then people coach came in and say, "Oh yeah, you beat the guy." So what?
Now you
Oh,
know
you
I just heard from another police source. Practice Suru threatened the man that they will suspend the man for going on the radio.
You see?
Oh, like bro, they beat the policeman. Then the policeman go do interview to talk about how the being. Then because Chokan Kui that Jawia picking, so they threaten the policeman that they will suspend him. What? They beat you. Then you talk it. Then they say by talking and embarrassing Chokan Kui will suspend you. Jesus Christ. When that guy, what that police guy who slapped the journalist, I know his name, man. Wait, me get his name. Joshua During. Unit 142, Monserrato Command, was the one that slapped that journalist who was in the line of duty at the Simosa funeral home when the people were protesting. That guy was not suspended for slapping a journalist who did not pose any threat to him. He slapped him. I mean, moved towards him, and landed a heavy slap on his face. And nothing happened to him. Then the police officer, Gibson Kong, who was flogged, now they are threatening to suspend Gibson because Gibson went and did an interview to say that he was flogged. Can you imagine? That is the extent people would go just to keep their government job. Hey man, they flogged me and I shoot them. Then I go talk. Then they say they won't fire me. Wow. Oh my God, like bro, a sick country. Look, people ain't got smile in the country. Just to keep a damn government job, people would sell their soul. They will sell their soul. But now you finish. Let's go to the lines. George, let's take some calls. Again, I want to say Eid Mubarak, happy Abraham Day to all of our Muslim friends and to the 1.8 billion Muslims across the world who are celebrating this day today. Chukwuemeka is walking free, ordered a police officer beaten, and he's walking free, and that police officer who is suffering the humiliation and of course the physical pain inflicted on him is being threatened by Inspector General Patrick Suru with suspension. Yes, because he went out and embarrassed Chukwuemeka. They beat you, then you talk it and they say you're embarrassing the B-man. Like Brennan ready, you. Like Brennan ready. Josh, let's go to the lines. Let's take some calls there. So as I said, later on in the program, Ebenezer Norman, president of the Liberian community in Colorado, and Naquita Ricks, who is a state representative, will join us. That's true. Somebody just told me, a police officer just told me, and that the law prohibits, it forbids anybody from assaulting a police officer. It's against the law. And that if you attempt to assault a police officer, he has the right to protect himself at all costs, to use whatever means necessary to protect himself. That is the law. I know that. It is almost a universal thing. Police officers are not to be physically assaulted because they are supposed to be respected. They are not supposed to be physically assaulted or verbally abused. No. And so if you assault police, if you physically assault a police officer, you are inviting death. You want to die, or you want to be maimed or shot, you know. But Gibson could not bring himself to defending himself, and now he wants to go on the radio and talk. Shut the hell up, Gibson. The law would have been on your side. If you had shot those guys, there would have been eyewitnesses because people were present. They witnessed it all happening right there. You had tons of eyewitnesses. Shoot the buggers, and you were going to do what? They were going to take you to what? They're going to prosecute you? Hell no. The law would have been on your side. Let's go to the lines. Let's take some calls there. George?
Okay. Good morning.
Good morning, George.
Yeah, good morning. Your name, where you calling from? Good morning. Good morning, my brother.
You get me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. Okay, good morning, George. Good morning to you, but
Williams. Yeah, Cedric, I want to say that this is what I'm saying. I want to say this to the police officer. The police officer is trying protecting a job. And I being a security officer, I can't lie for somebody to assault me. Security make an insult, but not assault. It's insult that somebody will look at you and say, excuse me, say you stupid, you crazy, you can accept it, but not for somebody to put him on you while you are bearing a flag. It's completely wrong. You having the power, you have the right to shoot that person with a weapon within your hand. If you shoot that person, you can be 100% right because the person trying to insult you. So that is completely wrong. It was completely wrong. Thank you. Thank you again.
That's a good point, William. You may insult a police officer and get away with it. Yeah, I mean, they can do that. You can insult them. You can tell them things that are mean, and you can get away with it. But if you physically assault them, there is insult. It's just verbal. It's just words. But assault, physical assault, then you're using force. Then you're actually touching them. Then you are in their space. You are in their face. You're touching them, and that's what happened in Gibson's case. Gibson Kong's case, they actually beat him up. Let's go back to the lines. Let's take more calls there.
Okay, the numbers to call this morning on the show 0770-102-102, 0886-010-3830. The WhatsApp number +231 513417. These are the numbers to call this morning and take part on the show.
Okay, so while we're at it, I'm going to try to find the latest COVID numbers. Let somebody send it to me.
Check a message.
If anybody has it handy right now, the latest numbers on COVID, please share with me. I need to see them. Share with me, please. The latest COVID numbers. Share with me, I beg you. We want to know what the numbers are from yesterday and what they are today. Yesterday, I remember somebody sent this to me. The latest numbers, the numbers yesterday I received. As yet, what at beginning, Charles Gall is still passing around. Nobody has touched him. This is what somebody said yesterday.
We have a call on the line. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, my name is Sam. So I call from Kakata.
Welcome to the program, Sam.
Thank you this morning for the show, and my attention is being drawn to the police officer. I cannot protect my job as my detriment. The police officer, he has all right to defend himself that the court will protect him. But even up to now, it is people who are his bosses are setting him for going on air to explain his ordeal. I think he has right under the law to take his bosses to court. But I will not protect my job as my own detriment. That means the police officer is not securing a job. They would have paid him. A family of going to lose him for nothing. And so I think the police authority must be able to back their officers and to expose them to public. Thank you this morning.
Okay, my brother.
Thank you, my friend. You make a good point. And welcome there from Cox City. Let's take more calls there, George.
Yep, no calls yet.
Yeah, so that's the point. Protecting your job, yeah, somebody say they know him. They say Gibson is a very professional officer. But man, if Gibson had a gun and he went and did that, folks, yeah, you see, yeah, Carrasco House, I showed you earlier. Let me show you again. Those who haven't seen it, this is Carrasco's new house he just built in Marshall. Let me know if you see it. It's a very beautiful home. Carrasco just built it. I'm told he had a housewarming party there a few days ago. Yeah, Carrasco used to live in one room. And he built a big house. It's a very big house. From what I can see, just from the front, it's a two-story house. It's in Marshall. I'm told he had a big party there. Do you see the house, folks? Yeah, there you go. George, you see it?
Yes. They made that people on that, man.
Well, yeah, but the man gets to supply contracts all over the place. Glasgow makes a lot of money.
Good morning.
Hello?
Yes, good morning.
Shiki Pro.
Yes, good morning, brother.
Yeah, good morning. Welcome to the program.
Okay, thank you, brother. This is Stereo. Waka, do you know the age we use is a weapon?
Yes, my brother.
It's a weapon. So if you want to use that against a police officer, follow the law, the police officer that is ready, you use your force against you. To use any weapon like that against you is justifiable. So you don't know the strength of that person that coming against you as a police officer. Police officer accepting shot, that assault. So that assault you come away, the person know the weight of your hair, and the hair is a weapon. So I can take him down and justify, but I cannot even enter full halt. Thank you.
Okay, my brother.
Yep. Let's take more calls there. Yeah, Kalasgana small male. Kalasgana big ball. Hey, don't play with the man. That man. You can see the man got taking pictures.
Our leader, I'm back. It is Noah's out kept sick.
Hey, brother Noah.
Good morning.
I'm sorry that I have to go off because of the network. Look, as you were saying, Costa, I got reminded of Eddie Coman, those days of 102. You would have tried that nonsense to Eddie Coman. Then you would have known the kind of person, you would have never assaulted any senior police officer in your life. You see, these people, we told people that these people are very uncivilized. They lack what it takes to govern. They have got no understanding what it takes to govern. The people are behaving like we are in the rebel days. This is no different as compared to the days of Charles Taylor. I'm telling you, the only difference here is the silence of the gun, and the international community to some extent is working again because of the standards set by the previous government, and somebody were in the Puebla. That's the thing. But Charles Taylor regime was not a case completely caught up on the international community. That's just the difference. But when you're comparing them as it relates to behavior-wise, that's just the few uncivilized and rebel behavior. But leader, let me just squeeze this information in as I conclude. The relocation site of Ominga. I don't know whether you got in the information. Snake have betting 2 persons there. One of them have died already. And I mean, it's so horrible. I'm told that it is a snake that got 2 heads that are betting somebody in the water there, where the water holding the people are found. We welcome the clearing of red light, but now they form the manner in which it was done.
We were looking into that.
Thank you.
Okay, Noah.
What Noah is talking about is the marketers that have been relocated to the Omega Tower market. And I saw some pictures of the Omega market. I saw the place flooded. I mean, that place is not ready. It's not conducive, and there's water all over the place. And that's why you send people in the water. It's just sad. Let's take some more calls there. It's just very sad that people are complaining that you send them in the water and.
Yeah, good morning.
Yeah, my name is Charles Jones. I call from
Welcome to the program.
Thank you very much. The issue of the police officer, if I were the one, I didn't say we need to be the I was to go so all the officers they have here called security. I was to everyone of them understand they don't know what they're doing. Thank you very much.
Okay, my brother.
This particular vessel that has sunk or that has sunken, when James Colley was commissioner of Maritime, this Nico Avanca, that is when it was declared unfit for sea. James Colley. So they placed that order on it, unfit for sea. And when they drunk and they pledged man, Eugene Nangbe became commissioner on his watch, apparently without his the man, you know, like I said, Eugene goes for lunch and never comes back. I'm telling you. When Eugene Nangbe goes for lunch, he never goes back in the office. That's it with Eugene Nangbe right there. So how did this vessel that was deemed unfit for sea get to be on the sea? Who lifted this? Huh? You know? Who lifted this? Who told them to go ahead and do this? Who told them that it was okay to risk people's lives and set sail? So they need to be investigating. Maritime. Maritime should not be investigating. How the hell that Sanama Swan, Eugene Nangbe, can be telling people that he is conducting an investigation? Then in a serious country, not a banana republic such as ours, Eugene Nangbe would be investigated. He and his people at Maritime to find out who gave the order to have this vessel that was grounded, deemed unfit to sail, and they will be looking into that. And you guys, Eugene, telling us that he's going to investigate himself and come back and tell us how they did this. Absolute nonsense. George, let's go back to the lines. Let's take some more calls there. Shortly, we hope Norman and this is a guy. Oh yeah, I'll put foolish boy. Yeah, let's take some more calls there. He won't be Minister of Public Works. He and Maggie fighting. You know, Joey, I won't say picking that because he won't be all the kickbacks are where he can come from. So you want Chokonkui to go there. And just watch it. Nothing will happen. Nothing will happen to Chokonkui. Joey will not do nothing. Let's take some more calls there, George.
Okay, the numbers are 077.
Eugene Nangbe should not be investigating himself for this reckless endangerment of people's lives. It should not be done. They should look for an outside competent. But where do you find it? Where? In Liberia? What are you wasting your time for? Joey had told us the audit report that they were going to conduct an audit into all the corruption, the allegations and of corruption happening at the Liberia Water and Sewer Corporation. And in 30 days, they will come back and tell us, have you heard anything? Oh, yeah, I'm pretty sure they're going to say, oh, the Auditor General died. Yes, she died. Very unfortunate tragedy. I'm told she was a good woman, a professional. Madame Usador F. Gay, peace to her ashes. But it's past 30 days. Nothing has happened. We haven't seen a report. Joey had told us that they were auditing the activities of the transactions involved in the mop-up exercise, and they were going to give us the audit report. Going to be out in 30 days too. Well, how long has it been? 2 years. It's been 2 years. It has been 2 years, and no audit, no action has been taken. The audit report is all we have it. We've seen it. And then after the audit report came out, he asked that the LSCC investigate the audit report or do a vetting of the audit report. We haven't heard anything since. This guy is a fool. When the president himself is a rogue, and whoever that president is, everybody else will just be stealing. The president automatically has no moral authority to stand up and take action against anybody who steals. You got a boy like Calasco, who only a few years ago was a used car dealer struggling. Not even, the cars he used to sell were not even his own cars. Now, if you do private business and you succeed and you make your money, hats off to you. I'm proud of you. I'm a big champion of Liberian business people. But when you are working for the government and you make money overnight that cannot be justified, it's easy to just do a lifestyle audit. That's what it's called. They look at your lifestyle, what you make, and what you've acquired within a period of time that you've been in that position, and what you had before coming into that position. It's a lifestyle audit. It's very simple. It's an easy thing to do. You don't need to be a certified public accountant to be able to conduct a lifestyle audit. You just look at what the person has now and what they had before they came into that position. So when you look at Sekou Kalasco Damaro, his real name is Jumande. When you look at my friend Kalasco and you look at what Kalasco has now and what Kalasco had then or didn't have then, you can determine that Kalasco's salary is not enough. Findabondo, look at her, his best buddy, Findabondo. Findabondo in the where Noah Zao Gibson lives in our community. She's building the mansion there. She's got big mansion she's built, and she got a couple of duplexes she's built. On her salary, I mean, what does the her position, the chief of protocol of the executive mansion, is equivalent to that of a deputy minister. So a deputy minister makes anywhere around $5,000. So how is it that somebody who makes $5,000 would be able to buy and build properties all over the place? It doesn't make sense. It makes absolutely no sense. So a lifestyle audit. So if you're a president of the country and you really want to fight corruption, you don't even need a GSC to conduct an audit of that ministry, that person, or that agency, or that position that person holds. All you need to do is to do a quick lifestyle audit. The GSC can still do that, but it's going to be much quicker to do than to conduct a full comprehensive forensic audit. You look at what the person makes, look at what the person has in their bank accounts. Look at McGill. McGill makes, all the ministers make $7,000 a month. Officially $7,800 before tax. After tax, it's about $6,000 something. And McGill didn't get to see his bank account, where his salary account at GT Bank, where it's held. And one day he goes to the bank. When he finally remembered that he had a salary account, the man forgot he had a salary account. And the man exposed himself. McGill is such an idiot that he exposes himself without even realizing that he's done that. He goes to the bank one day. He's in a rage, and he looks at his account. He knows he hasn't been taking money out of his salary account. And then he tells the bank people, how the hell my money out of my account? $40-something thousand out of his account. He threatens to sue the bank. He actually goes to court and he files a lawsuit against the bank. Then he finds out when the bank brings the balance sheets, the bank statements, reflecting that his debit card, the bank had issued him on a particular salary account, was being used by someone, no other than his wife, Vivian Inez. And what was she buying? What did they see on their list? They saw Givenchy, they saw Prada, they saw Gucci, that's what they saw on the list. All the things that she had been buying. $47,000 of his salary in his salary account. McGill had not touched his salary account in over 2 years. Can you imagine? The man didn't need a salary. He does not need a salary. So they saw the man's account. When the bank confronted McGill, have you asked McGill what the startup of that case is, the case he filed against GT Bank? McGill was embarrassed. He had to withdraw the case. When he saw that his wife, Vivian Inez, was the one swiping his card, making purchases, Givenchy, Gucci, Prada, you name it, Hermes, everything she was buying it. She loves handbags. She's a handbag connoisseur. She loves to collect. And McGill just got embarrassed, and he made a whole public spectacle. What kind of sensible man will go to the bank and create a scene that his salary account that he had not touched in 2 years How the hell you can make your salary? You take it into your pa have a your pa leave you with a damn rubber farm or a cocoa farm? Do you have real estate in Monrovia? You making a lot of money from that you didn't need to tell your salary account? Hell no. That idiot was poor like a damn chest house rat. I know I used to put money in that son of my swine's pocket all the time. Nantana follow McGill. That he did not touch his salary account in over 2 years is living and breathing testament of the fact that the idiot steals. Because he needs a salary where he didn't get money from, he's stealing. The man exposed himself. One day he went to CDC headquarters attempting to pacify seditionists who are unhappy about the fact that a few people are enjoying while the rest of them are languishing in abject poverty. He stands up there, he takes the microphone, and he tells the seditionists he's going to donate 6 months of his salary to the party. My people, what kind of working man would donate 6 months of his salary? 6 months of his salary? How the hell did the son of my swan have the means to donate 6 months of his salary to the party? How will he survive? You know, some of you don't answer, you don't think critically, but it's so easy. The guy exposed himself yet again. How can you donate 6 months of your salary to the party? How do you survive? How does your woman Vivian buy all those handbags? Huh? And all the cars. Look at Sam Wulu, that other son of my swan. When that bugger get broke, it can't be easy. Sam Wulu bought 3 cars from one dealer the same freaking day. He bought a Porsche Cayenne for 56,000 US dollars. I mean, I'm sorry, the Porsche Cayenne he bought for 30,000 US dollars. A G-Wagon that he doesn't drive. The license plate is 1964. His wife drives the thing. He bought it for 56 grand. $30,000 for the Porsche Cayenne, $56,000 for the G-Wagon, Mercedes G-Wagon. And then he bought a Wrangler. 3 cars from one dealer in one day. They shipped the cars to Liberia. Sam Wulu bought them. So you've got to ask yourself, how the hell the man spent almost $100,000 to buy 3 cars in one day on the spot? About $100,000. He's the Minister of Transport, Sam Wulu. How the hell does that son of a swan have the money to afford to buy 3 freaking cars on the same freaking day? You've got to ask yourself, how do these people afford to do that? That's what I said to you, a lifestyle order. If our president Sam Wulu, his behind is in jail, I finished putting the son of my swan in jail. I'm going to show you the G-Wagon right now. His wife drives it. License plate, what is it called again? 1964. That's the license plate. This is a G-Wagon. That's a Mercedes-Benz G-Wagon. Now look here. I'm going to show you other pictures of it. This is the back of it. Right here. This is a G-Wagon Sam Wulu's wife drives around in Monrovia. He bought it for $56,000. This is the inside. Beautiful. Beautiful. Look at the embroidery. Beautiful leather. Comfy. It's a G-Wagon. Huh? Sam Wulu, Minister of Transport. How can one man afford to buy 3 vehicles on the same day from one dealer? That's Senator Swan Emmanuel Porter. He makes about $2,500, about $2,500 a month before tax. After tax is just about $2,000.
But Costa,
I can see Porter's house. I can show you Porter's house. The man lives in a beautiful home. He buys lots of cars. This boy bought a Hummer H3 in gas slips. $15,000 in gas slips. He bought this Hummer H3 SUV. So the point about it is, how do these boys afford all these things? Pepsi Yeke, that other idiot, Pepsi Yeke, who is the head of Lace, he bought a big house in Texas. Somebody sent me the picture the other day. I don't know where it is, but I hope somebody can send it back to me. Look, I know people who are working hard to make their money, business people, hardworking people who worked many years to build their fortunes. And look, these hardworking people sit down there, and overnight some idiots come into a government position, and overnight they acquire properties. They have fat bank accounts, much larger, bigger homes than people who have worked hard and honestly to earn their wealth. It is unfair. But of course, who's their role model? George Weah, the idiot in chief. He is their role model. So how do you think these guys do it? How many people you know can buy 3 cars in one day? A Mercedes-Benz G-Wagon with license plate 1964, driven by Sam Wulu's wife for $56,000. A Porsche Cayenne he bought for $30,000. A Wrangler he bought for $20-something thousand. 3 vehicles in one day from the same guy who shipped them to Liberia. How many people you know do that sort of thing? If this man, Sam Wulu, could afford to buy 3 cars in one day, you must know that he makes a lot of money. He steals a lot of money. This is so sad.
Costa,
and there are some of you who defend these things. You defend them. It's okay with you. You have absolutely no problem with it. And you're so stupid, some of you, that when we talk about these people stealing, and you think that we're jealous of them. I'm not jealous of them. But it's our country's money, it's our country's resources. And most of you are suffering. I'm not suffering. I live a fairly, I was telling people the other day, I said, look, some of y'all ain't got to pretend. The day we get a government job, people will know that we have a taste for fine things, right? People know I like to wear Gucci. I can afford it. I can buy an $800 pair of shoes. I got at least 5 pairs or 6 pairs of Gucci. Gucci alone. The cheapest of them costing over $500. I can afford to do that now. I can wear suits that cost just about $1,000 a suit. I can afford to do that. You understand? So and we have a taste for fine things. So tomorrow when you see me wear Gucci, if I get a government position, you're not gonna say, oh, that a government position gave you Gucci now or gave you a Ferragamo, an $800 pair of shoes. No. But these people, some of them had absolutely nothing. And to see them today, it's sad. It's extremely sad. But we're going to try to connect now with our guest. Madam Naquita Ricks will join us shortly on the show. It is sad, and some of you defending people, and you are the one suffering. Because some of us are not suffering. I don't even have to worry about what I will eat. I am far from rich, but I am not suffering at all. And it's sad that it is our country's resources that have been depleted for these guys to live the lifestyles or to lead the lifestyles that they have dreamed of. And they're living these lifestyles, leading these lifestyles at your expense. McGill, who was so poor, and there you are today. McGill is a big boy. It's a big boy. Man got plenty of money today. So you look at these people, you be like, oh my God, it's just very unfortunate. Very unfortunate. So we're waiting to connect with Madam Naquita Ricks. Ebenezer Norman, I see Norman probably, I know it's difficult to wake up at this time. Norman hasn't seen the message yet that I sent him the link, but Madam Ricks will join us shortly. George, let's take 1 or 2 more calls while we await Madam Riz to join us shortly. Hmm?
Because now, you know that your main part don't run interest rate for that, where I live.
But you know, Carrasco won't run him, I give you two.
Yeah. Even that our man, the Zogo Askara music great. The man said he will not appear on Spoon Talk anymore.
Yeah, because he went there, he started talking stupid there, and they kicked him off the show that day, so he got vexed.
So all these guys know that 2023 they will be out of power, so they trying to put themselves somewhere now that they can sustain themselves in a family.
And when I tell our people this, many of you don't like to hear it, but it's very possible that these guys will go scot-free when our government comes to power. When I tell you this, somebody, oh, Costa, don't say that. You know, the other day, I said, Vatukba sent me a message basically conveying somebody's thoughts to me that, oh, tell Costa, you know, the way he talks, we know he supports the opposition, but the way he talks about the opposition in a brutally honest way that, it discourages some people and maybe he should not talk like that, because, some people would get discouraged. And I said to Isaac, Isaac, I am not the spokesman for the opposition. I do not work for the Liberian opposition. I work for the Liberian people.
Sure.
And I speak the truth. As much as I'm associated with the opposition, but I'm not going to go out on a limb and tell the Liberian people that when we, the opposition, come to power, we're going to change the country radically overnight. We're going to do this and do that. I will not say any of those things. The people who are running for president are the ones who themselves should say those things to the people. I will not say to anyone that when Joe Burger is president, that McGill will be put in jail. Let Joe Burger himself tell the people that. I will not say to anyone that George Weah will be audited, his assets will be frozen, and he will be prosecuted for stealing our resources. I will not say that, George, because you know what? I have absolutely no power, no way of guaranteeing that such a thing would be done. So I will challenge Joe Burger when he's president, or Cummings when he's president, to do those things. But I am not going to sit down here and say definitively 100% as if to say I am in their minds and I know what they will do when they are in power and speak to you as though I have such authority on that issue. I will not do that.
Sure, because we know.
I do not know.
They can change.
I do not know. I do not know what they're going to do. So how can I sit here and say that these people will do those things when I have no way of guaranteeing it? And let me ask my audience, do you want me to say that when Joe Burger is president, that to speak as though I know for a fact that he will prosecute Weah, he will seize his assets, the ones that are stolen and built or acquired with the Liberian people's money? Do you want me to say those things? Do you want me to say those things? And that's why I told Isaac, I said, tell that person, I am not going to speak in that manner because I do not know for a fact what will happen. These politicians, I know I trust Joe Buckeye, but at the same time, I know Liberia very, very well. When these people come to power, there are people close to them who try to tell them, you can't do this, or chief, just leave McGill, then let McGill then go. And let them carry their wahala on us because the people would be planning to steal themselves. So I will not put my neck on the chopping block for any politician, not even the one that I will support. Let me repeat myself. I will tell you to vote for them, but I will not tell you that they are the Messiah. I will not tell you that they are here to save you. I will not tell you those things, but I will campaign for them. If Joe Burger is ahead of the ticket, I will campaign for Joe Burger. If Cummings is ahead of the ticket, I will campaign for them. But I, Henry Pedro Costa Sr., shall not speak as though I know for a fact that they will do things that I do not know for a fact they will do. I will not tell you that. You all right. That me, because you see, I'm a politician myself. I'm not just a talk show host. I'm a leader myself. People follow me. People listen to me. So I am not going to tell my people, give them guarantees that I do not have. I will not do that. I will tell you to support them, but I will not speak to you. I will not tell you that they are the Messiah, that Jesus Christ sent them from heaven to come and fix Liberia. I will not tell you that. Let them speak for themselves. I trust them to a degree, but I leave room for disappointment. And that room for disappointment can only be filled when they are in office and they begin to do things that are right, that are on the right trajectory. Then that room for disappointment would begin to close. So the room is there. I have a room. Now, some people are uncomfortable with me saying that, but I do not care. They want me to tell you, oh man, don't worry, man. By the time we win power, everything will be great. I'm not going to do that. And the reason I'm not going to do that is because I know the history of Liberian politicians. So I will not sit here and tell you that there's anybody out there who is a Messiah. No, I will not do that. When they come to power and they do right, then I will tell you. You got to understand, I'm not stupid. I'm very, one thing I pride myself on is my level of intelligence. I am not stupid. I know Liberian politics. I know the history of our country. I know it very, very well. I will not tell you that. I will never sit down here and tell you that by the time Joe Biden is president, automatically there will be thousands. First of all, when we come to power, the country will not change overnight. That's the first thing you must brace yourself. This economy that Georgia is fast destroying, it will take a long time to fix. A hell of a long time to fix. You will suffer for a long time before things improve under the next government. I'm telling you, jobs are not easy to create. Even the low-hanging fruits in the economy are not easy to bring it to bring about or to pick. It will take time before you can turn this economy around. The way the town holiday, you think by the time we win power overnight, things will be fine. Sit down there. But we will be a better option, much, much better to this mess. At least we know what they've done to the country. We should try something new and see what it will bring. That is my mindset going into supporting the opposition. Going into supporting the opposition is there are no guarantees that they will be the savior. But at the same time, when you look at George Weah, we should definitely try something else. That is my mindset. And nobody will make me change that. If you think you don't like my mindset because I'm not in line with your stupid political or partisan nonsense, that is your business. I am too sophisticated intellectually to be a stupid, impressionable, die-hard partisan. I am none of those things because I'm very sophisticated intellectually. So I'm not going to sit down there and be like, my man, small man and wing, everything will be fine. The country, Joe will be floating. Oh, where it will come from? You know how hard it is to get. Look, investor confidence in the country is shattered. The rule of law alone scares away investors. The lack of the rule of law, the culture of impunity, the corruption, the many people who would not come to your country. You don't have stable electricity. Your roads are bad. Your internet is a mess. So your indicators are not encouraging for investors to come. So it will take a long time before people begin to come to your country. So I will not sit here and tell you that the moment we win power, everything will be, as the Americans say, hunky-dory. Because it will not be hunky-dory or bread and butter. It will take a while. And also, I will not tell you that the moment we win power, Joe Biden will grab McGill and put him in jail. He will put Joviah in jail. He will seize that is what he should do if he is the president of the republic. But I have no guarantee whatsoever that he will do that. And I speak to him, and we're very close. But I have no guarantee. Because some of you don't understand. I do not support these people because I like them. I support them because of Liberia. Don't get it twisted. I do not support these people because I don't support because I like them. The people who support people because I like them, they're simpletons. They dim-witted idiots. They support. I just let it, man. Yeah, look at Alexander coming, man. Look at JNV. No, I don't do that. Do I like Omen Joe Bucket? I love Omen Joe Bucket. But is that why I'm considering supporting him for the presidency? Hell no. Hell no. That's not why. Do I admire Alex Cummings for his remarkable accomplishments in corporate America? His successes? Hell yes. Is that why I like him? No. Nonsense. I don't do that. Those of you who like politicians, and the reason you support them because you like them, you are fools. So you see, so tomorrow you will not say, when these people come to power, you will not say, oh, Costa Show, say, the people brag, job we are the boat, job we are in jail, and then we ain't see you. So that means you won't complain. No, I will not put my neck on the line for any politician. Never would I do that. Because I myself, I am an aspiring politician. I can only put my neck on the block for myself. I trust myself more than I trust any politician. Period. Because you know what? I know what's in my heart. I know how much I want to prove something and show the Liberian people that certain things are possible. Certain things that now think are not possible. But I can't put my neck on the line for anybody else. I will not do that. And you know my own, I don't hide it. And plus, my man can say, my man Costa, so many people listen to you. You influence a lot of people when you talk like that. It may make some people think that way. That's your business. That's why I tell you, I don't want any job from any president. I don't want a job from the president because I know they will fire me soon. Because the moment you go steal and I talk it, then they'll say, oh, that man want embarrassed. Oh, that he won't see that one yet. Because I don't want a job for any president. I don't. I only want a job that I'm elected into by the Liberian people. I want to be answerable and accountable only to the people directly, as my bosses. So it's just who I am. And you just accept me for who I am and for what I believe. And rather than, trying to, circumscribe my beliefs or my utterances to fit your agenda. Costa, you can't be sounding in a certain way because people will get confused. Let them get confused. I will not put my neck on the chopping block for a politician. I will fervently support them. I will campaign for them. If necessary, I will raise money for them. But I will not put my neck on the block for anybody other than Henry Pedro Costa Sr. That's it. I don't believe in ass kissing. I don't believe in brown nosing. I don't. I tell you the truth. And that's why somebody like me will not last long around a politician or around most Liberian politicians because they don't like to hear the truth. So that's why I ain't want your job. So y'all who support people because y'all like that, y'all continue to do that. I don't support anybody because I like you. I don't do that. Now we're still waiting to connect with Madam Naquita Ricks. It's almost time. She hasn't connected yet. I don't think we're going to do this interview today. Our time is up on the show already. But y'all, let's see whether we can take a few more calls there while we try to connect with her.
No calls yet about anything. Maybe we can take her tomorrow.
Yeah, we might have to reschedule to tomorrow because I don't see she hasn't come online yet and our time is up. But read those numbers out. Let's see whether we can take a few more calls before we close up.
Okay, the numbers to call this morning on the show 0770 102 102 0886 010 TD8TD. These are the numbers to call this morning on the show.
Yep, those are the numbers to call. Call us and let's take a few calls before we go. La 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 la. So watch out, right? This thing will trigger. ordering the flogging, the
Okay, we have called the
physically.
line. Good morning.
Morning, John.
Yeah, good morning.
Yeah, let me say good morning to our leader, our hero, the people incoming Senator 2023, Henry Pedro Costa. Good morning, leader.
Morning, to you, Stephen Bernard.
Yeah, I'm calling from Johnson this morning. Firstly, I need to use time to tell Honorable Sekula Kamara for donating 20 bags of rice yesterday to the COPU win. We want to tell him thank you so much. Leader, forget to his issue. The problem about us trusting or the opposition, it is very simple. Years in, years out, whenever they come and take power, they behave in the same manner and form the others have been doing to the others, to the country. And so we just stay there and get our 100% trust in the opposition. That will not work until they can come and prove themselves, even JMB. Like someone will always say the only reason we are with the opposition is because you are there as our leader, Henry P. But with the exception of you, for me, I don't go for no party until I will wait. You can't be become stand up for any political party before I can go and fill in my form to be part of the political party. But as it stands, I only with the COP and I will vote for whoever when the time comes you want to vote for. So for now we don't have much interest in the opposition. We win it there because of you. Because the opposition, when they come to power, they behave the same way the others have been behaving. Let the party lawmaker that means all in the place that they just stand up for the country. They will not stand up for themselves. So what they want you to do, to kill themselves for the opposition, you didn't do that. Thank you, leader, for having me this morning.
Thank you, Stephen. You see, Stephen is one of my soldiers that is I respect a lot. And there are lots of them like Stephen. Very ideologically grounded. Stephen understands why we're doing this. We're not doing this because of Costa. We're not doing this because of anybody coming to power. We're doing this because we want change. That's what we want. And don't blindly support anybody. And that includes me. Don't blindly support me. Question us. Have the courage to do that. And I encourage it. But we're going to hold that. We have Representative Naquita Ricks with us. Sorry you joined us late. We're just about to close. We're about to reschedule this interview. No, it's okay. I didn't think it was going to be easy at all for you guys to be up, you and Norman, to do this. I've been doing it for years, and I still find it hard sometimes. But you're going to have to unmute yourself, please. Fantastic. Welcome to the Costa Show, Madam Representative Naquita Ricks.
Good morning, Henry Petro Costa. How are you?
I'm doing very well. Thank you very, very much. So we've been talking about your and Norman's efforts, and all of you who have, secured this very great gift. For the Liberian people. We've been talking about it for a few days now, and I decided I wanted to bring you guys on to just talk about this, and we can plan a fundraiser for this weekend.
Sure.
Saturday, I think, would be a good day to do that. And so, so I want to say, before you even say anything, I want to say thank you plenty in the Liberian way for what you guys have done. You've answered the call to help your country of birth in your case, even though you are comfortably, positioned here in the United States, serving in the state legislature in Colorado. And but you didn't forget where you're from, and what you've done is very commendable and it's very patriotic. $1 million in medical supplies, badly needed medical supplies. That is fantastic. So again, I want to say thank you so much and welcome. So let's talk about this. How did this come about for you and Norman and others to organize yourselves and to go out there and source these equipment? Tell us about that.
Good morning, and thank you everyone for listening. Yes, so the call to help Liberia, of course, came in the last few weeks with the rise of the deadly Delta variant of COVID-19 that has been spreading throughout Liberia. Uh, we've had lots of close people to us die from this variant, and just hearing about, so many people dying brought us a call to action to, get mobilized to help in any ways that we could. The United Liberian of Colorado, led by Norman, Ebenezer Norman, got in conversations with the chief medical officer there in Liberia. And once we got the list, we went to work to try to secure much needed medical supplies for Liberia. And yeah, and like Henry has said, we have over $1 million worth of PPE, medical equipment, beds, oxygen concentrators, scrubs, gowns, so many things that are needed for Liberia, and we want to get them shipped to to Liberia right now. And so we have a GoFundMe that has been set up to do this. But we know that COVID is raging right now in Liberia, and if we don't send these supplies, more people are going to die. We want to protect the medical personnel, but most of all, get oxygen, which is needed for people. People are dying just because of the lack of oxygen there in Liberia.
Yep, and I just shared that the information on how people can donate.
Yes.
Cash App. You have PayPal, which is great as well. But what we're gonna do today, yeah, as much as we encourage people to chip in now if they can, is just the introductory to the fundraiser, which we're
Right.
going to have on Saturday. It's going to be dedicated exclusively to raising funds, and we'll talk more about the equipment. So we're talking just about from the listing that I received from you guys. We're talking just about 325 hospital beds. That's quite a lot.
That is brand new too, by the way. So
Brand new, of course.
Brand
And there are lots of hospitals, JFK and all these other hospitals, Redemption. People go there and complain that there are no beds. They get turned away. And during this COVID crisis, they could also put up a tent and and put these beds in them and start treating people. This is all very, very good. Now, your target is about 50 grand. It will require, this is what's needed to facilitate overhead from the donor of these equipment to taking them to the port and shipping them to Liberia and all that kind of stuff. 50 grand is what you're looking for, right?
Yes, and the 50 grand, we have 2 containers filled with medical goods, and that's what it's going to take to ship them. And then once we get on the ground, of course, logistically, we need to carry them throughout all of the different counties, because we're not concentrating just on Montserrado County. We are going to be going to all of the other rural areas, to the hospitals there, because they are also in need of medical equipment.
That's true. Those supplies will benefit the entire country. This is great. I saw the letter written to you guys by Dr. Francis Kete, the Chief Medical Officer.
Right.
And he could not stress the need, overstress the need for these supplies. And the things he listed are exactly the things you all went strategically and surgically after and got.
Right.
That's impressive. A great gift, $1 million in supplies. And the thing is that, Naquita, these supplies will outlast COVID-19.
That's right. Our healthcare in Liberia needs so much attention. And so this is the beginning, is an installment of, gifts and for our country. But we also want to continue to do something sustainable with Help Liberia now after, this COVID crisis. And so this is a vehicle that we can use. The donor has put some restrictions around these gifts about how they need to be donated. They cannot be sold. And so we want to meet the letter of the law when it comes to distribution so that we're able to go back. And it would be great to start helping the healthcare system before there's a crisis. So we're hoping that, once we can get through this, we can continue to support Liberia in different areas. But healthcare is one of the big areas that needs attention.
It's true. We have a broken healthcare system, and it's largely due to the the lack of resources, lack of equipment, and staff not incentivized. And this list has 8,000 boxes of PPEs, personal protection equipment, and healthcare workers. One of the things that incentivizes them and motivates them to work is when they themselves are protected. Then they can go out and do their work without fearing for their own lives and getting infected and then going on to infect their family members and their loved ones. And 8,000 boxes of PPEs, that's quite a lot. It can go a long way.
Yes.
And that is incredible. So I just want to say thanks to you and thanks to your team for this great effort. And Saturday at 7 p.m. Eastern time, which will be 5 p.m. your time,
right?
We will do an exclusive, maybe an hour and a half fundraiser. I'm telling all of my people. Now, I'm going to literally ask them now, folks, those of you out there listening, I've talked to you for a few days now about since Friday, actually, when Sawa mentioned it on the show. We had them here, she and 3 other healthcare workers. She organized it, by the way. It was a great panel. We talked about COVID-19 and what one can do to prevent it and taking a vaccine, all that kind of stuff. And she mentioned this. And since then, we've been talking about this. So I want to say to our people, are you ready to do your bid? These people, Representative Naquita Riggs, Ebenezer Norman, and all of the other hardworking folks who are members of their team, they've managed to pull this off. Over $1 million in badly needed medical supplies. Now they need to ship them. They need to load them up. They need to do overhead, ship them, clear them, distribute them across Liberia where they're needed. Now it's your turn to chip in as much as you can to help facilitate this so that we can get these supplies to Liberia as quickly as possible, to get them into hospitals and healthcare facilities where they're needed to save lives. Are you ready to chip in? If you're in the mood, of course, this is how you can do it. You got Venmo. It's a money transfer thing you can use. You can send your contribution. You've got Cash App. And you can also contact them. You can also chip in on PayPal. Now, we've got some people in Europe who don't have Cash App, but they can use PayPal. Their email is here as well. It's contactheliberianow@gmail.com. Sounds just spelled just as it sounds.
We also have a GoFundMe, and we will provide that link for you also if people are interested. Yes.
Very, very good. And when we do the fundraiser on Saturday, please have a Zelle.
Okay. Yes.
Yes, because in my experience, the 2 most popular means by which people can quickly and conveniently contribute is Cash App, their Cash App and Zelle. Those are the 2.
Perfect. Okay.
So we got to have Cash App and Zelle handy, and PayPal is very important for people outside of the U.S.
Okay.
Yeah, that's how they chip in. And so we will have those already. So folks, Saturday, 7 p.m. Eastern time and 5 p.m. Colorado time, we will create a link. It will be via Zoom because the StreamYard only allows 10 people at a time.
Oh,
Zoom allows as many as possible. I don't know the number, but a lot.
Right.
So we will publish the Zoom link, and absolutely anyone can join and chip in. And I know my people, they don't let me down. They never do. So we will raise some good money. I trust them, especially when they know it's for a good cause, such as this.
It is.
They will give. And as I always tell them, It's not about how much each person gives. It's about how many people give.
That's right.
That's the secret. That's the success. So when we go to do a fundraiser, we look for the $20, the $10, the $15. But if you have 500 people, 500 patriotic Liberians, or 1,000 patriotic Liberians giving $20 a piece, or $50 a piece, that's a lot of money.
It is. It is. Yeah.
Yeah. So Naquita, all thanks to you guys. What you guys have done is remarkable. It's great. And again, I want to say congratulations on your win as representative for. Is it 140th district?
No, the 40th.
The 40th.
Yeah, 40th.
Yesterday I was talking with someone and I said 140, and then I caught myself. I said, "What? I'm sure Colorado doesn't have that many. Do they have that many seats?"
No, we have 65 seats in the House of Representatives and then 35 in the Senate. So yeah.
So let's talk a little bit about that.
Sure.
Let's veer off the whole thing right now. Talk about, how has your experience been? You've been. I remember I was in Colorado the other day. I met you for the first time, and you were talking about some bills that you've co-sponsored and co-crafted. Let's talk about that. How has it been so far? Your experience in there?
Yeah, thanks, Henry. And you were one of my supporters going in. And so I'm very thankful. So yes, everyone, I just completed my first session as a freshman legislator in the Colorado State House. It's been, an honor to serve and a privilege to be in the State House representing the people of District 40 in Colorado. I was able to sponsor and co-prime 10 bills that got to the governor's desk. And all of my bills have been signed. Out of those, so out of those,
10 out of 10.
Yeah, I know. And out of those 10 bills, 3 of them were historical in that they had not been done in the country before. So we were first in the nation to pass Immigration Defense Fund, which is going to help immigrants going through the deportation system. The deportation court is the only court in the land where you are not required to have an attorney. And now, there is legal help through the state for people who don't have the finances and need that help. And by having an attorney there, you are 7.5 times more likely to get a favorable outcome for bail hearings, etc. You see, when my family came here, we came as political asylees because of the trauma that we had faced in the 1980 military coup. And without a lawyer, even though we had newspaper clippings, we had, other evidence to prove what my mom and my family had gone through, we still were not able to defend ourselves in court. And so this is going to help families like myself or people who just don't speak the same language. Just think about a 5-year-old boy or girl sitting in the court and you have judges and everyone talking about your future, but you cannot speak the language and you don't understand the legal proceedings to defend yourself. So I think this is going to really help people. In addition to that, we did a pilot program that will allow people to add their rental history to their credit reports to start building credit. There's so many people within the United States that are credit invisible or have low or poor credit. So with rent, by using that, which is one of your biggest expenses, you don't have to incur debt by, getting a credit card or buying something that's expensive to pay off. You can just use your rental history and help to build your credit. So this is going to be an 18-month program that we run, and then we'll gather the data from that and see if that's something that we want to make a statewide law. And then I also helped Janet Buckner, who is my senator, co-prime a bill that will look at how the insurance industry is using big data. Big data is like, they take information about your
they are mining all sorts of data to be able to surgically target people and to also discriminate against people.
Exactly. So this does not allow them to take, for example, credit again. Because you have bad credit, they charge you more for your automobile insurance. Now, there's no correlation between being a bad driver and bad credit, but somehow they use that to discriminate against
Which is
people and
unfair.
charge them more. Yeah, exactly. So you end up paying more. And looking at the studies, if you have really good credit, you could be at $1,000 versus someone who has poor credit paying $2,700 for that same coverage per year. So, they have to start looking at that, because the insurance commissioner will come after them if they're using it to
So
discriminate
this
against
bill,
people.
when passed into law, will empower the insurance commissioner to go after them and prevent them from using big data, from mining big data, to be able to target people in such a discriminatory manner.
Well, so so big data's out there, they're going to use it. But if there is bias or discrimination in the way that you're using that data,
Especially with
a
that sort of disparity in what one person pays and what the other person pays for the same service or the same product, right?
Correct, especially, yeah. I mean, so we looked at people who were the same age, but let's say you had driving under the influence, but you had decent credit. You were at $1,600, okay, for the same thing. But then if you just had poor credit, 2,700. So there's a huge range in what was being charged and how that data is being used. So yeah, lots of great bills. The other bill that I passed that got a lot of attention was towing. There's a lot of non-consensual towing of people in HOA and townhome communities, apartment communities. And so we are looking at how we have a task force that was set up to look at the public utility commissions who sets the fees for the towing companies. However, they didn't.
They slam you with a ridiculous
they
bill.
slam you. I mean, basically, if they tow your car within the first 24 hours, on average here, you will be paying at least $300. And if you get
That's a lot of money for anybody.
Oh yeah, for anybody, okay? And so now it normally targets low income people. So you have to make that decision. Do I want to pay for my daycare? Do I want to pay for my insurance? Compared to getting my car back, which you need both. So, it seems like it's predatory against people. So it's just a start. We looked at the task force that can monitor some of the fees. And then next year when I go, I hope to do something bigger, like a towing consumer bill of rights, something. So we'll be looking at it really extensively. But yeah, I think we've been able to do really great work here in Colorado, being in the middle of a pandemic. Me and my fellow legislators, we introduced 623 bills, and 500 or more got on the governor's desk for signing. So we worked hard to make sure that we could come out of COVID and to make a difference to help build Colorado back stronger. So, yeah.
That's fantastic. I follow your governor on Facebook, and he's a great guy.
Yes. Yeah. Governor Polis is
very much loved.
Yes.
He's working for the people.
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
Thank
you so much, Laquita, and we look forward to having you, Norman, and the rest of the team. And thanks. It's good that it's going to be on Zoom. So I will generate the link, and by Friday, I will shoot it out to you.
Sure.
And you can distribute the link throughout your network, all your folks.
Absolutely.
And we all can come on, and we all can come on and have this great time together and raise funds to do this great thing for our country. Thank you so much.
Hey,
I will also ask my COP folks, they're going to join us as well, and they're going to all come in so that we can give you all the support you need to get these supplies home to help our people. Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much, everybody.
You're most welcome. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye. Well, folks, there you have it. That was Representative Naquita Riss, and she's doing great work there in the state legislature of Colorado, where she represents the 40th district in Colorado. And we will be back here with her and Ebenezer Norman and others. They will join us for a special fundraiser on Saturday. They have over $1 million in medical supplies that they're looking to ship to Liberia for our people to help them. And they need about 50 grand to do this, to load them onto the containers, into the containers, and take them to the port here in the US, in Colorado, ship them and clear them and distribute them The whole budget for that is 50 grand. Now, I'm not asking you to raise 50 grand, but I think we can do quite a handsome amount. And so we're going to bring them on, and we will moderate this, and we will spearhead this effort, to help raise some money. So are you ready, folks, to help, especially my folks in the diaspora? I trust you. If we need to do this for our country. We need to do this for our country to help our people. They've done their part. Naquita is a state rep. You heard some of the great things that she's been involved with, 10 bills that she sponsored and co-sponsored that got, placed on the governor's desk for signature. Great things she's doing to make to make real difference in ordinary people's, in the everyday person's life. And this is remarkable. She's a small business owner as well. She has no business worrying about Liberia because she's doing great in the U.S., but she still cares. And so Saturday, you all got to chip in so we can send those containers to the country with those equipment. Thank you all so much, and God bless you all. And it's been an incredible time here this morning, as usual. And we look forward to being back here tomorrow, same time, 7:30 a.m. to whenever we leave. And I want to say again before we go, Eid Mubarak to all of our Muslim brothers and sisters, 1.8 billion Muslims around the world who are celebrating the strict obedience of Abraham, of God's command to sacrifice his only son, Isaac. And this is what this Abraham Day is all about. Muslims celebrating Abraham, the same very Abraham spoken highly of in the Bible, a very faithful servant of God, after whom God said, I will make many nations. I will make you father of many nations. The God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Thank you so much. God bless you all, and have yourselves a wonderful day. Bye-bye.